This live stream is sponsored by PSL, Sound, Light and Stage.
Kia ora and welcome to Sanders Park for the first round of the CMK Chartered Accountants Premiership. We've got Tukapa taking on the Wave Riders, Coastal. And what is... The sun's come out to say hello, and it's not a bad thing. I'm here with Ben Seat Fleet beside me. Pretty excited. It's a Craig Eaton Cup as well today. And we're both wearing beige. I didn't realise that until I could see it on the GoPro. But, yeah. And we're just going to run a bit of weather. Still a pretty decent 18 degrees, really. And 44 Ks. The end of the cyclonic weather pattern that we had in the last 48 hours. And there's a bit of a nor'easterly sort of whipping sort of side to side, diagonally across the field from the clubroom's end from Chiefs alfresco area. And there's these people still hanging around the Colts game, where I believe the Tukapa Colts chipped over Coastal, I think. And we take you to the team list. Now, solid looking pack as it is. Patrick Howard, no relation of Doug, I'm not sure, and Liam Burnett, the newly married man, with Brendan Al Dente. He's 3, a solid pack up front. And the man with wings who can pass the ball out wide is Nathaniel Peters, linked with Corbin Porteous, which there'll be 2 men who will be looking to be barnstorming, and Josh Hopkins, Martin Alapo, and Chris Jollins co-captaining, looking to be a very elusive 3. Luca Walker, the young, very expressive 9. He links with 10. And that's Luke Taplin. He's new to the 10 jersey. See what he can bring. And Henade Miles, he's co-captaining as well. And Waiata Whara will be outside of him. Jack Gilmore is on the wing. And Legan Kumarawa, the veteran. And Regan Arson is at 15. Luke Davitsky, the piano man, and Olive La Ewan is at 17. He has been someone who's been talked about. Explosive in the last Inglewood game he played. Alex Perry, Josh Keach, Roman Famasuli, Campbell Woodmass, and Thomas Stokes rounded off. And Coastal, Chris Gawler, Matthew Pickard, and Mark Martin will be a very strong 3, and Samuel Drought and Luca Cassidy will be the 4 and 5. Abe Matanini is 6. He's quite an elusive player, bit of a tidy fisherman I hear as well, and he's linked with Ollie Lawson, the man in the loose. And Benny Kalin, he's coming off some strong pre-season form with vice-captain Taranaki, well, vice-captain as well, Logan Crowley. Links with the young Callum Tito. And Ben Defusi is at 12. And Jackson Sinclair, the Parry Duck himself, he'll be linked with his brother Kobe on the right wing. And Liam Matthews on 11. Honey Matheson will be 15. Roparta Taylor will be 16. And Ben Brophy, Scott Quinnell, Bo Parry, Daniel Crowley, and Kusi Durana will be 21. Harley Seymour Loveridge will be your 22. And as that sun is coming out, we're ready for a round 1 action. It'll be interesting to see. It's always, you've played quite a few round 1s before. How is that? People trying to shave the bellies off?
Yeah, it's always a good hit out first up. It's an exciting time to see where your marker is, and Coastal will come here with a strong pack and no doubt roll their sleeves up and take it on up front.
Yeah, and it's always a battle up front with Coastal, gritty. It's looking like it's going to be like Pangarohu Park out there. No, sorry, Rahudu Domain, isn't it?
Rahudu Domain, yeah, it'll be just like that. And Chris Gawler, Benny Kalin and the likes will go to work. But it's a pretty experienced Tukapa pack with the likes of Corbin Porteous back this year, and Chris Jolins will be exciting to see them.
Yeah, Tukapa, there is a mix of young and old and ever so impressive players. Waita Whara, he will be looking to bring a good combo if he need miles.
Yeah, and I thought Jack Gilmore played well. I came up and had a look at the game against Pornicky a few weeks ago and playing in the midfield then, and didn't shy away at all. Loved a bit of contact and put a shoulder on defence.
I hear he likes a bit of a tackle. Likes the contact. Likes to give a bit and take a bit as well. As we flick to a bit of a break before we get back to proceedings. As here we are, Coastal running back out, ready to rumble, ready to go. And it is Old Timers Day today for the Tukapa crew.
Yeah, it was a good turnout up there for Old Timers Day too, and had new Tukapa coach Scott Fergustola was the guest speaker on the day up there, and spoke about his career through Wellington Lions and Melbourne Rebels. Good asset to have here at the club, I believe, as well.
Absolutely, a player with that sort of experience, adding his input into the club and his ideas as well from the setups he's been in, and fresh ideas and open arms. And here is Luke Taplin, Tappy, as he's called. 50 games for him, and you probably coached him in his first year, would you?
Yeah, when he first moved up here from Southern, came along as a winger, and you always know what you're going to get with Tappy. He's going to empty the tank and play with his heart on the sleeve, so good asset as well. Bloody good bugger.
He's a servant of the oval ball, is Luke Taplin.
Good to see the boys here paying a bit of respect to the old timers on the deck, and also playing for the Craig Eaton Cup, which is played between Tukapa and Old Boys. Been going for the last 4 or 5 years. Craig was a massive asset to the Tukapa team, passed away at the age of 52 after playing 27 years in the Tukapa club. few stories. He obviously enjoyed a beer and a few bus trips down Rahudi Way, and was adamant that, yeah, that was his wish that Tukapa and Coastal played for a trophy in his name.
Absolutely brilliant. And a nod to the men up top. Now, these Tukapa have to work into the wind.
Good to see Mitch Young out in the middle in the yellow jersey, and one of the promising referees here in Taranaki. Hopefully has a good day at the office.
He's a bit of a flowy ref, if I can say that. He likes to... if I'm trying to be diplomatic, Ben, but he's a very good ref, shown in the past. We'll see what he does today. As we go high and out, and we're back to the middle.
Threw it up in the wind there and blew it over the sideline on the full. Not a great start from Luke Taplin in his 50th, but I'm sure he'll knuckle down and get into it.
Get all the nerves and get the head back in the game. And, new combinations as well. The pack's pretty familiar with each other. Coastal as well. A few new men.
This is what we all live for though, is a good scrum. Chris Gawler up against Brendan Dent on this side will be a good show, with the zookeeper, Mark Martin, up against young Paddy Howlett out of Boys High on the far side of the scrum.
Mark Martin, the zookeeper. Unsure. I'd like to see what he specialises in. And is it a farm animal? We have to get some more facts on that. We might get some through proceedings. Hearing these days that they're changing otter enclosures because they're looking over them. They need to look directly at them. Maybe see them swim as well would be quite interesting. There's Logan Crowley to Tito. Out to the man, Liam Matthews. Looking pretty calm and set, Coastal. They just look like they know what they're doing. They're a well-drilled team. And to be fair, they're probably liking the fact that it's not like a Game 1 cricket pitch that they're playing on.
Yeah, a bit of rain over the last 24 hours would help soften things up. And yeah, as we all know, Coastal always got a good pack and they'll go to work here.
Advantage offside 9.
Luca Walker there just trying to get a little jump on them. Just taking off a bit early, so we're playing under advantage.
Back to the mark. Mitch Williams says.
Never back. Offside.
Bit of a common theme for, well, I don't know if it's round 1 or the recent games, is people forgetting mouth guards or even boots. Flatmates, even partners, having to rush to the ground before the game. You've never done that, Beast, have you?
Nah, mate, I was a well-organised man. Always packing a bag on Friday night. And you've obviously got a bit of a story to tell here, though.
Oh, probably 5 times that's happened for me. Previous concussions.
Yeah. Yeah, you're an organised man, Joey.
No crinkles in the socks, Beast?
Nah. Jackson Sinclair here, lining it up from about 40 out. A bit of a wind probably over his left-hand shoulder, you reckon, Joey?
Yeah, I'd say so. And over the sticks he goes, Jackson Sinclair. He starts the contest well with 3 points on the dot. And the boys are in no rush today. They are settling themselves in. Luke Taplin, let's see what he can do here. Better than the overthrow. And he goes deep. Down to Crowley.
Green hold! Hold on.
And Tito just grubbers one into the insides. Arson to Gilmore there is in centre. Walker, Henry Miles. Lagan Kumaro, 146 caps for the man, veteran. And Walker to Peters, tips on.
Always backwards.
Looking to spin early, Futta, the new man. Running with high knees and an offload. Back to Luca Walker. Bit of continuity in the front with the boys looking to carry into contact, which is what we want to see early. Lap out.
A little bit of continuity here from Tukapa, holding the ball for long periods, Joey. It's good signs.
It is
Build a bit
good.
of pressure.
Because we know we have seen a few first game straight out of pre-season handling situations. A few penalties, but they look not too bad out there.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that start. Yeah, looking promising. Only thing I would ask you for a comment on is that headband on Luca Walker. Thoughts?
Fashion?
Fashion?
Is he? Yeah, well, as I know, that's been an issue of mine, really, playing with your hair. Daniel Burnett probably straight on that as well. Just the flicking of the hair, it's almost like a Rafa Nadal sort of a thing before every set. But are you not a fan, Beast?
I was always a headgear man, mate.
Yeah.
No issues with the hair there for myself, but Daniel Burnett, that's a name. Wouldn't we love to see him back on the footy field?
Yeah. He's happily bummed down in the bleachers presently.
Not an ideal start to the line out, a little bit messy, but it's come back on the blue side, and Henry Miles will carry through the middle.
Out to Jollins. Things trickle astray and back to Callum Tito. The one-arm Bambito, that's Callum Tito, the man who played a cricket game with a broken arm, scored about 13 off the bat. I mean, that's perseverance.
Yeah,
We call it other things as well.
showing a bit of grit, but knuckles as they call them. Yeah, it goes bloody well. Played a cricket game against him down in Pihammer, and he actually scored 100 that day.
With one arm or?
He looked like he had two. He was striking it pretty cleanly.
Yeah. His father's not Paul, is it?
Now, Ricky Tito is his father, coaching Southern this year. Uncle Paul up with the Blues. Better line out option with Colin Porteous taking it clean, and Josh Hopkins carrying through the middle this time.
That's fine.
It's a bit of a think and wait for the line out scenario. Bit of a whisper, what's our call?
Yeah, it's probably not the ideal day to wake up as a hooker. The old gustly breeze coming out of the cross doesn't make life easy.
And there's the arsonist. Looks to bounce off tackles as he always does. And the claw hammer of Maringa Lapau. Just chipping away over that advantage line. As Miles takes it into contact. Here's Bennett. Weevils into the ground, and he's linked by Jollins. And an absolutely heated tackle. And a bit of a no thanks from Bennett. This is contact, this is Prem Rugby, thanks. Luca Walker having a jive.
There's definitely no love loss out there, and Boys are throwing some shoulders around.
Backwards.
There is no love lost out there. It is full contact. Who wants to get over the other team here? And as Miles takes a bumper as well.
It's off the foot. That's fine.
And Crowley, he flicks it wide. He's got open space. Defusi, he's away. Points on the board. And they add to that 3 they've got 8.
Yeah, the bounce of the footy there, just going the right way, and Logan Crowley doing what he does well, sniping on it, and opening up the space.
Okay. Okay, I'll keep an eye on you.
Replay time here as we'll see what's going on.
And the replay is Jackson drinking.
There's young Harper out there with a water bottle and the tea for Coastal. She is a great great servant of rugby there, Harper Oliver, Trent's daughter.
And another version of the Clippers broke is Jackson Sinclair. That's probably how you're running the headband. You actually just get rid of the sides, and then you don't have that here in the face.
No issue.
No.
The Pihama cricket captain has a shot at goal.
And over the poles.
Just a couple of mistakes there, Joey, from Tukapa. As we talked earlier, they looked all right holding the ball, but just a couple going to ground and a couple of drop passes, and Coastal are a very good side and going to pick up on those opportunities.
They need to move a body and not just seal it.
Sharp on the play as well. The blind was left open, and Tukapa just really on the back foot, and as it goes.
You can't leave that open with guys like Logan Crowley and the experience that man brings to the park.
Matanini, the soft bait king of fishing. That man knows how to get a kingfish. Kumarawa out to Arson. Missing Brad Kerman today with an injury.
Yeah, for a couple of weeks, I believe, is the rumour on the street, mate.
9, get out.
Exciting to see how this young fullback goes for Coastal. Made the move to Taranaki from King Country. Hune Mathewson. I believe Josh Lord links there, made quite a play to get him out in the Coastal jersey.
And that is good to see. Josh Lord guiding the boys. We can't confirm that, but we will.
We'll run with it.
We'll run with it, exactly.
That win playing a part again, eh? Another one out on the full.
Go throw to the back, Pickard. Oh. And the ball was turned over.
Paddy Howlett carrying out hard through the middle. Just losing another one of those little drop balls there.
Maybe the commentator's curse too early. Maybe when the lungs started to scream. And the party pies. Well, though, a bit of an incentive from both teams, a bit of a fitness setup for them.
Yeah, I believe a few of the boys were hitting the road. I've heard many people saw Brendan Dent out pounding the pavement, I hear, over the off-season.
Is that right?
I think I might have even heard a rumour of a half marathon accomplished by the big man.
You heard it here, folks. The man with many talents continues to add to the list. And
Miles will pick up the loose ball and Tukapa back on attack, hopefully.
And they transist the play.
No! Lead the 9. Taking the man.
I liken Jackson Sinclair to a sort of an Owen Farrell type player. Quite up front, even grubby like him. Hope you're not watching, Owen.
A couple of caps for Taranaki Development with Jackson Sinclair. And great club man. He'll be out in Rahutu for many years, I'd imagine.
And there's the bit of a side spit. Continues to Delvuge. And Pickard links it up.
8, no, give me a clear picture.
The man who likes the speedway, Matthew Pickard. Now, bit of a playful play here, and is it going to get to him out there? Kobe Sinclair. He's like a, I was going to say dash Hond, but they're very slow, but probably not that. Maybe a whippet.
And then with the Greyhounds.
And the Greyhounds. And there's
you'll see a back play out here that Josh Hopkins clinching to a heavily strapped knee, mate. Time's come off for it, which isn't a good sign.
No, it's not. Goodness, he's good to watch, is he not?
Oh, how good is it? He's back, a young father, and back playing some footy. But he has had his injury problems. And let's hope it's nothing major here.
Let's just hope it's the tape just come off the strapping, maybe.
I'm sure Georgia Keach will work her magic, and let's hope he'll be back out there.
The magical spray.
What's that? Oh, yeah, I was pretty heavy, mate. These conditions got to down on stage. Go, time up.
The boys making their minds up. Bit of a finger on it, and Denty gets it. Now Hout takes it up with, he's out to Lapau, who Johns can't really grab it there. Finding the line between being on the line and being inventive.
Yeah, I suppose at Tukapa we've always prided ourselves of playing some exciting footy, haven't we, Joey? But at the moment it's just a matter of holding on to a bit of footy. Hold on to that pill.
Just keep it simple.
Get them on now, guys. We're going to carry on. Players on. Let's go. Time's back on.
And I believe we might have a substitute here. And I'm guessing Josh Hopkins, as he looks like he's limping to the sideline, might be replaced by Keachy, maybe? Josh Keach coming on. There he is. In jersey 19.
So he's had a bit of Strava kudos, I believe, over the downtime.
Crouch!
Yeah, another boy with a lot of talent. Been in the Taranaki Academy and played a few games with the under-19 squad.
Sit!
Out of Francis Douglas, mate.
Brother of Cameron.
Use that now.
Spilford the Pilford, and looked up by Matanini. Now, rolling the sleeves up of the forward pack. Let's have all the battle up front. Well taken.
Well taken by Jack Gilmore there. A box kick from Logan Crowley, and Tukapa look to move the ball to the space as the arsonist finds a bit of room.
Kumaroa. Don't touch me. He makes some moves through the play, and the heavily armed Chris Jollins, Scottish Braveheart. He'd look great in a kilt.
Yes, South African growing up in Scotland. What sort of mix you reckon?
Still got advantage for the high tackle.
All the great attributes of both nations with a link with a bit of Kiwi. as we link a bit up. We're up to our 6th phase here.
Phase and advantage is over. No, I'm happy it's second hands. Advantage over!
Happily working their way up the field out to Hinade. Man from Kiribati, nutting a lap out.
Green body, it's actually outside.
Do we have any reports on how Ryan Fox went? No.
He started off all right yesterday, didn't he? He was top 5
after
round 1. I'm not sure how he finished today. I'll get us an update, eh?
Yeah, that one's too far, guys.
That would be
clearly outside.
greatly appreciated.
Options, scrum a line out. Scrum cool.
He went +2 today, Joey, but he's tied at 8th, 1 under after 2 rounds. Leader at 6 under there.
I need you to get along the line, buddy.
The Shambo.
Can't bind him up here.
That's a big ball, that man.
Let's go, team.
I'd love to see how they'd go at Fitzroy. DeChambeau, you know, you'd be free over at Fitzroy. The bloody wind and the Kaikuia, you'd have no shot. How do you go at Fitzroy Beast?
Member at Fitzroy, Joey.
Oh, you are?
Home club at Fitzroy.
Crouch!
So you pay the membership? Sorry.
I'm not just a trespasser like yourself, mate.
Sit!
I know you believe you're the king of Fitzroy,
Play
and
that.
the Burnett's run the paddle.
Take him
You
back!
do have to pay your Greek fees.
I don't forge a slip. Anyway, back to action.
Is that on the full? Is that on the full? Yeah, take him back.
Oh, it is on the full, Mitch Young. Great call from referee there. We're
Um,
going back into the 22 for a Tukapa line out.
It's like Mitch Young hasn't stopped. He's just kept going,
Black jacket.
and his form's still on.
Doc Chris Morrison on the sideline after refereeing the Bees game. Great assistant.
Doctor, is it right?
He is a doctor,
Oh,
Chris
sure.
Morrison. He's been around with the whistle for a few years now.
With no ball.
A good servant of the game like yourself, Beast. Bit of refereeing for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's my forte, but I have run around in a yellow jersey sometimes and try to keep up. But
Screaming not straight to me from 15
yeah,
metres
I'll
away.
help out here or there when I can, but enjoy doing the younger kids, mate, where you can coach on their own and
Still got a bootlace.
keep up is probably my biggest
That's
issue,
right,
mate.
Doc's got him. Time on.
As long as they don't swear back at you. What's that, a yellow card?
Yeah, you can't just swear back at them, Joey.
I've learned from that.
Not straight.
It's interpretation, isn't it? It's
Scrum cool.
Feeling sorry for young Weasel
Nice,
out here,
thank you,
mate.
guys.
Tough day at the office to throw this nut in. And
mm.
they might need to look at a shorter option or throw into the front of the line out to win a ball.
Because ideally you think you go long and then you got your options all through the middle throughout the days.
Yeah, it is nice playing off the back. Gives the backs a bit more opportunity, win some ball, but end of the day you got to win some ball first. Hard playing footy without it.
Coach!
Just some insight. You guys sort of
Fine.
read the play as it's
Sit!
decipher it through the game, and then Leighton Price probably a man who could pick out things.
Yeah, Leighton Price could
Use
read a
that
line
now.
out like he's reading a book, mate.
Backwards,
He's
always go backwards,
outstanding
out of
at
the hand.
picking what's going on there.
Is the ball? Ball's available.
Is
The wing is on. Green hole!
the Wave Riders try to diffuse things. Pretty good effort into the wind from Parry. Might have had a few tips from a pretty handy lot of cousins that these boys have. A few notable people watching from afar is Seamus Hilly-Langton. He was sporting the green hoops last season. He's going pretty well for Connacht now, and good to see boys having an alternative action and doing really good shit overseas.
He's still playing in the loose, is he, over there with Connacht? 6-7?
Well, I hope he doesn't move to prop, but yeah,
Hey, you never know, mate. Could be enjoying his time.
keep your options open.
Yeah.
And there's Hinade driving up the move. Chip and chase. It's all go. Down to the corner that drops about 2
You're
metres.
lost. Ball's available. Blue, no hands. Ball is available.
Oh,
All touched.
no touch, touch. So that
Yeah,
could
touch.
be... a Coastal pill.
Yeah, you guys are under pressure though.
Pickard, your year at Francis Douglas, Joey?
2 under.
2 under.
Yeah. He's always
This one.
a good man in the bus.
Green release!
Or you'd always tell you about how proceedings
Hands to
went.
ground first, not supporting your body weight. Over here guys.
There's Walker.
Over here. Hands to ground. Get up.
Yuck shower coming across the ground here, mate, as the crowd run for cover and umbrellas pop up.
Too bad, embrace it, people. This is winter.
I'm guessing with this wind out here, mate, a couple of those umbrellas could turn inside out pretty quickly too.
Yeah.
He was worse than you.
Safety glasses on. Now Walker to feed.
Crouch!
Miles to carry through the middle, you reckon here, Joey?
I think so.
Sit!
Or do you run it just Luke Taplin up the guts? Oh.
Knock on. Green scrum here.
Just that last pass, the hole opened up there, and Jack Gilmore could see the try line, white line fever, and just missed out. Good little move though there, still promising. 15 to play in the first half.
Let's get on with it, guys.
It's good to see they've done some training, learned some moves. And Gilmore, he'll be absolutely looking to improve.
Crouch!
After that, he'll know he'd do better.
Sit!
Great battle on the side of the scrum between Brendan Dent and Chris Gawler. Geez, those two must have packed down a few times against each other over the years.
And of course, exchange some words potentially as well.
Advantage, high tackle.
And Jackson Sinclair doesn't believe that one was high, but unlucky.
Unlucky. Here's Tukapa. Will take the penalty for a high tackle. 26 minutes on the clock. Coastal 10 up.
What's this?
And
Scrum?
just Coastal with the 1 try.
Yeah, tough day for line out, so they're going to set the scrum, go to a set phase.
And a good lot of stats from the crew here in the van. 65% territory to 35 Coastal. 48 to 52 to Coastal in possession.
Yeah, Tukapa will really want some points on the board here in the next 10 minutes, Joe, to show for that territory they've had.
Point!
Need to capitalise on a bit of that.
Sit!
You do if you got that much pilfered. A bit of injector fluid. Now, Tukapa looking to see the guns out wide. Gilmore. Bit of a show and go. And to Peters. Centering upfield.
No, I'm leaving that one.
Out to Miles. He says, come here, bro, tackle me. And just a bit of a slip. And a bit of a word from Pickard and Bennett. Chirpy, the likes of both of them. Hookers.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah. If you run that line and take a player out, you're liable.
And we might just increase the flannel on the
Bind.
camera.
Sit.
But you've got audio representation, don't you, Beast?
Ball is out.
Yeah, we can let them know what's going on, mate, if they're struggling to
Backwards.
see through a bit of the moisture on there on the lens. But great scrum up front there by Tukapa, but just high tackle let them down. Logan Curley's going to speed the game up and take off up the middle. He's seen a bit of space.
Banana.
There's an option here. Hasn't gone out.
Oh. Oh! Bit of a funky play up front, maybe a knock on into that, but we'll go back into a scrum.
Carried back by Tukapa. So Coastal hot on attack here with 10 minutes to play.
We hope you're doing well at home. Hope you've got the curtains closed,
Legally, ball's come out.
got a scone and a cup of tea. Do commend the people who have come out and come to watch there. There we
Look
got.
at that, mate, down
If
at
you
the
can
left
sit-
of the screen.
Give the cameraman on that. He is the man who's going home, or is he going to try and bend it out the back?
Rough day at the office when you lose your Broly, isn't it? At week 1 of footy season, mate. It's going to be a long year.
You know, it's either been kinked before or he's holding it on the wrong angle.
It's a good scrum there from Tukapa, pushing them up, and Chris Jolin's in over top.
Ball's up. One by blue.
So Tukapa.
I believe there might be Lapo in there, is it? With the hammer and pinching another one.
Hammer and tong.
Scrum here. No, you guys have won the ball on the turnover. A maul has then been created. Turnover, green ball. Thanks, yeah. If the pressure comes on, I need you to stay straight, okay? Don't just walk around. No, they were good. Don't walk around.
You always get excited when a referee tries to tell a prop what to do, Joey. Does he really know what's going on there, mate? How many scrums has Willie Johnson and Mitch Young packed down in their time? It's a dark art up front, mate, and I suppose a man like yourself wouldn't know what's going on either.
Bind!
Well, I've had my feet in the air as a hooker before, Beast. But that's about it.
Are we still talking on the rugby field here?
And the centre of gravity is always a benefit in some aspects.
Coastal feed here, about 10 out, mate. Tukapa will be looking work hard here on defence and hold them out before half time.
What's Coastal looking to do here, Beast, do you think?
I can't see them going far outside 10, 12, maybe 8 off the back and roll the sleeves up.
Bind! Sit!
.31 on the clock. Oh, and a
Yeah.
bit of a high chop.
We got to reach contact. 12.
And that's a yellow card from Hinade.
Yeah.
And a high tackle.
Time's off.
You heard Mitch Young there straight away. It was direct contact to the head, which is definitely a no-no these days, mate. So Henry were 10 minutes on the... Henry Miles or Lagan Kumaro, you believe there, Joey? I believe it might have been Henry Miles. There we go. That will have 10 minutes on the naughty chair.
Yes.
They both look 25 years young, so you might be
So then you've taken
misconstrued there.
The ball's been created beyond that because it was a ruck to start with. Yeah, sweet.
And as we sent wide, great slow-mo we've got, and Hinade fell into it a little bit.
Matthewson's falling into it a little bit, but still direct contact to the head's direct contact to the head, I'm sorry.
And these are the new rules, and
Yeah, not ideal, unlucky, but that's footy. I imagine Coastal will look to add to their lead here and take the points on offer. You think, Joe?
Or a quick tap. No, I think points before half-time. Coastal are up, and especially into the wind as well. First half, it's been a pretty solid performance so far.
Yeah,
And,
not a bad replacement guy coming on there though. Was in jersey 21, I believe, was it? No, 22. I wonder if we've got a jersey swap there. I believe that might be Kusi. Man that played his rugby at Spotswood to start with, Kusi Adrona. And now in his second year out there with Coastal.
he's joined the Wave Riders. Maybe Seymour Loveridge has gone on in 21's jersey, potentially.
Well, they've turned down the points here and they're going for the maximum, mate. Scrum time. Take advantage of the one-man advantage here, and Coastal will be working hard for a 5-pointer.
Back in their pretty good scrum time. Well, solid scrum time. We've got 4-man linked out left, but we'll go right. There's Hone out to Kobe Sinclair in the corner. And it pays off. Ball to hand, Coastal. They haven't had as much ball as Tukapa, but they've taken the advantage of having it clinical.
Yeah, here on the replay you just see the exciting young fullback, Hone Matheson, get on the outside of the veteran Lagan Kumara, linking with Kobe Sinclair to crash in the corner for a 5-pointer.
And again, we see a halfback just doing heaps of work behind the scenes. It cannot be understated.
Special people, those halfbacks, they've got a set of their own rules, Joey. Refs look after them. No one's allowed to touch them.
A special relationship with refs, potentially.
Yeah. First one to yell and scream at the ref, and the rest the first one to protect them by not letting anyone touch them.
Got about 30 seconds.
Sort of that love-hate relationship, almost you would call it.
Love. And his Perry puts it to the left. Coastal up 15. 2 tries ahead. Now, Tukapa maybe looking to punch deep here. Put some pressure on up front. And narrow down Coastal's consistent play up front. Oh, that's a bumper up front.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, take him in there.
Josh Keats just throwing a bit of weight around there in the air. Just got to allow the Coastal men to come to ground.
We're not going into it, Chris. We're going penalty only.
It's great when you can just jump into any tackle, really.
Chris Gawler not overly happy there. He decided that maybe another yellow card could have been shown to young Keats.
And in his eyes, I'm sure that's very true.
Great comment from referee Young, though. Chris, we're not talking about it.
Exactly.
I realise that, but he still ended up in a dangerous position. That's why it's penalty only. Yeah, I know. That's why I was making a decision.
Concise.
Ball's here. Oh, man.
And you've got to play the game with a ball and a hooker. Here's the stock car specialist, throws in
Inside.
to Matanini. And a good bumper from Maringa Lapel,
Ball is available.
the osteopath.
Ball's around here, Logan. Yeah, that's fine.
Crowley jutting out wide to Hone. QC. He is the man who's on.
That's fine. Blues won that.
Great turnover there by Nathaniel Peters, robbing one in daylight.
Now Tukapa wanting to use this ball. Show what they've got. Hot on attack.
Take him back in.
Keach carries through the middle. He's just been held up a little bit upright here. Needs to work hard to get around and get that ball back.
Join the crew. Ball's out. Ball's not out.
Great work there by the zookeeper, Mark Martin, and they're holding up Keachy.
Just like he would fondle a pheasant to get it back in. I'm always fascinated with peacocks, and I'm not sure how you'd...
Let's go, guys.
Peacocks, how you get them back in the cage with their big sort of displayed feathers.
I can't say I've handled many peacocks in my time, Joey. I believe they must come back down and up and out when they're excited, but back down to rest.
Oh, okay.
Bind.
Peacock on heat.
Sit.
A few cats last... Yeah, I'm not going to talk. Back to action. And a chip through. As the arsonist picks it up. Defuses things and... John's back in a split play from...
In touch there though, so we're all on side. Of course, he drone up, taking it in.
Yep. That's fine. That's fine.
Tukapa walked over top of it here with a good counter up and back on attack.
Now with the pressure on. Kusi fires one back.
Yep.
Now can they link up this far side? There's Arson.
No, leave the 9. Advantage. Guys.
Now
Yeah, 3.
Tukapa. The last plays before
Hold that knife for me, please, Dwayne.
the bell is rung. And we won't use Taplin's creative side boot,
Green,
but we'll
offside.
continue it on. Offside at the ruck.
Scrum, coach.
We're going to pack down scrum in the middle of the field as we're rolling into referee's time nearing half time, and just some other scores from around the mountain. We've got Southern up 7-0 over Clifton.
Let's go, guys, come on.
Stratford Eltham 3-0 up over Old Boys in a repeat of last year's finals. And Inglewood are 14-0 up over Spotswood United over at Yarrow Stadium.
So a pretty mixed goodie bag for the comp, which is always good to see.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Now, can this encounter tip closer? Fada. Good to see him always fighting and tackle. Fighting the tackle he does. Bumble to Corbin Porteous.
How good's it to see him back on the footy field, Joey? Big man that he is.
Absolutely.
9, you're off.
And Arson.
Yeah, that's out there. Half time.
And we'll go to lollies as that 40 is done. Half time here. Pretty impressive, really, an even matchup, and goodness. We'll see with Tukapa on the wind in their backs as we go to a light advertisement.
Yeah, as we come back live here to Sanders Park at Tukapa, and it was a tough first half. My offsider, Joey's just gone for a little run around the block, and he'll be joining us shortly. But it'll be interesting what Scotty Fergustyler and Nathan Lawrence had to say here at halftime to the Tukapa boys. I'd imagine Mark Davis and Trent Oliver were happy with the first half performance. And we've still got a couple of minutes to go with Henry Miles on the naughty chair, I believe. Welcome back, Joey. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I feel relieved.
Blue captain. Green captain.
And
Callum Tito getting us underway here on the kickoff. And that's a great kick, and it is reclaimed by Coastal.
there's Chris Gawler. The upper body strength of a silverback gorilla. And to Mark Martin as well. Ollie Lawson, he's a man who's been brought in from Blenheim.
Blue no
First
hands.
caps for the coastal side. Blenheim, gateway to the south, the Vine region. Now he's into the riparian grass of the coastal area. Now coastal
Leave the 9.
are looking very assured of what their players here. As soon as I say that, Tukapa have got a pretty good turnover
Holding on.
from Martin Lapau.
Yeah, you might be doing disgracious to Liam Burnett there, mate. I believe he might have pilfered another one there. The talent of the man.
Work off the ball.
Apologies before you went right to captain his captain.
No. As the ball phases to get out, and Hone Matheson.
Yes, off the foot, that's fine. Off green. Off green, blues ball.
There we go, Liam Burnett still working off the ball. And for a little bit of niggle, we're pushing a shove. Never far away from it.
Simbin, come back. I hadn't forgotten.
And as the man who
Okay,
is a
lads,
co-operator of the
chat. Whole half was great first half, thank you.
Gin and Juice Company, Good and Gracious, is Hinade Miles. Yeah, adding light refreshments to the community. Now, a waffle ball linked and up the guts. Henry back in the play. Luca Walker. Bit of a mix and mingle there.
Yeah, the old wraparound not quite working.
Subs, green 4. Subs.
As we
Well,
see
let's set the
Samuel
scrum on the
Drought getting subbed, and in comes. Who have we got coming out for Coastal, Matt? Number 19. Poe Puddy out of New Plymouth Boys High School. Another lad that's been playing with the Taranaki under-19s. He'll probably pack down in the boot of the scrum, I'm guessing, with Benny Kalin maybe moving into the second row.
Good to see.
Coach.
Has he jumped to number 8?
Bind.
Yeah, new man
Six.
Puddy's on that in the boot at 8. No one, yeah, is that Abe or Benny in the second row? One of the two, I'm guessing.
No 12.
Is
4, no. That's fine.
Crowley looks to jive. He's always in the action. A man who's just come back from the Hong Kong
Gone
Sevens
back.
circuit with the Shogun, alongside a few Taranaki players.
Kobe Singley just not being able to hold on to it, and the veteran Koro
Guys, we've got to
Legan
lock in into
Kumara
touch. Scrum will line out.
all over him like a rash.
Scrum cool. Oh, is it blue ball? Sorry. Scrum. Go.
And
Yeah, Logan Crowley, mate, talent of the man, co-captain of the Taranaki NPC side, 40 caps for them, and I believe they had about 20 caps down south of the Stags as well.
that's right. And,
Hong Kong, Joey, you'd imagine you'd be in for a trip over there, mate. It would be a good time, wouldn't it?
oh, absolutely.
A little bit of 10s, followed by viewing of some good 7s.
Crouch.
That's if it is under Chinese settlement, which I can't really comment on at the moment.
Sit.
Political sort of situation going on in Hong Kong, but yeah, no, it would be a great cultural experience. Might be able to bring a peacock back from Hong Kong. Beast.
I wouldn't put it past you,
No,
Joe.
blow out.
As we see Luke Taplin putting up the up and under down the middle of the field, and a good chase line by Tukapa. Benny Kalen carrying hard again.
I do believe a story hearing about the Taranaki boys and Logan Crowley being escorted around by some Hong Kong, millionaire around the sights of Hong Kong. But you'll have to clarify that before I start saying any more. Now, a bit of a messy play, really.
Sort of has been all day, really, hasn't it? Sort of, you can see it's a first out, hit out, a few mistakes, tough conditions. But hey, we've still got half an hour to go, and let's hope for some good footy.
Action on. I'd really like to see what these teams have out wide. Obviously the conditions can't really apply to that, but with Regan Arson with a bit of space, Jack Gilmore, Kusi as well. If they can just link up out wide, maybe we'll see. What do you reckon here, Beast? We've got 4. We've got 3 to the right. I'm just looking and peering through the little hole in our curtains here just to see what's going on. Insights. We're not running with the camper van today. We're running with the van.
Thank you to Dave de Villiers and his boys at New Zealand Sparky for helping us out with this great commentary box.
Kudos to you.
Yeah, going back to what you asked, Chris Jolin's off the back of the scrum, down the short side maybe. Or I see Whiter parked up here at first receiver, and we've seen him carry the ball strong through the middle.
Sit.
Maybe even... No. We'll flick back to Taplin. He's got quite a fluid and jiving run as he makes it through. Continues to fight. Corbin Porteous or the Barnstormer.
Hold behind the line here.
And his long ectomorph body
Oh,
can't quite get over. And Miles takes quickly. And he is sledged the side.
He's going with 14.
And this is the boys.
believe there we're hearing in the ref mic, right? We might see a yellow card here for that knockdown from the coastal winger.
Time off.
Just before Henry took that quick tap, we're going back to the knockdown.
14.
And Kobe Sinclair is now going to spend 10 minutes on the naughty boy chair.
Hang on. Deliberate knockdown back before.
Deliberate knockdown.
And then we've got offside this time.
So no penalty try.
Scrum.
Wasn't deemed close enough. So with one lesser man out wide, we go to the scrum.
Never in a realistic position.
Could be a good time to see those speedsters with Regan Arson, Legan Kumara, Jack Gilmore. Bit more space out there for them, you believe now, Joey?
I think so. And hopefully he's wearing his lucky undies today. There's nothing like wearing your best pair of underwear. Freely run. Hopefully, he'd be prepared. He'd be like you, Beast, you know, you packed your best. Not those crusty old socks you wore 3 seasons ago, you know. You know how they get really hard?
Yeah, but you enjoy them, mate. It's hard to change routines. Those socks, they've been around for a few years. But yeah, Leighton Coomera, mate, you wouldn't get to 146 games without being organised and prepared. Hovering down the bottom of the screen here. We'll just see where he might pop out to.
Bind! Sit!
And Crowley with the Hawkeyes guard dogging the blind and Waiata. He draws defenders. We just need a man off him. Tukapa.
No, out! 22, get out of there!
Kusi Drona doing some hard work in the middle, and as any good winger getting told to get out of a ruck.
Every winger loves a ruck. I'll take that back. And Hinade Miles slides through for a good little 5-pointer. Coastal.
As we see Luca Walker here feeding, Chris Jolin's carrying hard through the middle, creating quick ball. And the man in his 103rd game in the blue and whites, Henry Miles, crashes over.
This the wind at our back here, I think this one's going to get tight, so let's just up that tempo.
I don't know if you picked that up in the referee mic there, but he's just talking about this game could get tight, and it's got that feeling to it, hasn't it, Joey, with 30 to play?
I thought old Mitch Young was saying, I'm getting a bit bored, please play faster.
Yeah, I can't imagine many refs asking for that in the first hit out, mate. I'd normally be going to a few extra scrums if I had the whistle anyway.
You got 30 seconds.
Just hearing from Doggy on sideline comments here, Joey, that we might have a few subs rolling in the blue and whites.
A bit of a swap around.
We got number 17, who's, I believe this man's come down from Auckland and is a talent, Olive, out of St. Peter's College in Auckland.
Yes, I've heard, well, even the last pre-season game, Olive, some pretty big barnstorming runs and hits. Let's see.
Just peering out the window of the van, and I can see the piano man in jersey number 16. Luke Javitsky has made his way on the paddock. I'm guessing that's for Liam Burnett.
And as the newlywed takes his way, not newlywed, it's newly engaged.
Did he? Did he get wobbly knees?
He did, apparently, on a nudist beach.
Not a long way for him to drop, though, is he?
No.
He's already halfway to the ground.
No. How did you do your engagement, Beast?
I was on a beach. Was it a nudist one?
You were nude?
No, I took my daughter with me as backup, mate, so she couldn't say no to the daughter.
Oh, well
so she
played.
had no choice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a few years ago now, mate. And
Yeah.
then honeymoon time came, and it was off to Tauranga to play in Splain Cup for Tukapa. We just stopped in on the way and played a couple of games of rugby in the honeymoon.
I couldn't think of a better honeymoon.
Bind!
Yeah, good on you, Liam Burnett. Congratulations to you and Kelsey.
Mm. There's Kusi.
No, 7!
Realigns
Second
and
man there.
links with Bo Parry.
That is a heavy shower coming down now, Joe, here at Sanders Park in New Plymouth.
Bit of side-to-side action from the transit. This rain is really belting down.
He's always going back.
Well, I think it's these coastal
Green
fan
subs.
group actually pressing on the van.
He's always on and he's also going backwards.
As we see number 18, Scott Quigley, coming on for the Zookeeper. He's off to feed the Lions.
Scott Quigley.
Hard to say straight, okay?
He's a good man, and he likes. I had a good chat to him today, and he really likes long walks on the beach and just getting ready before games. 2-minute noodles is his favourite meal. though it's not as nutritious, it is what he likes.
Any music choices from Scotty on your chat this morning? What's his pre-game playlist?
I don't know this, but off him, I think he's kind of an upbeat guy. Maybe, wow, a bit of Meatloaf, maybe. And then maybe finish it off with a bit of Tina Turner, Simply the Best.
Just before running out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simply the Best.
Yeah. Was that you? You were pre-game?
I wasn't really a music man, Joey. Just bash your head against the wall a couple of times and out you run.
You'd like a bit of Rod Stewart, wouldn't you? Or no?
No.
No.
Back to the action though. Luca Walker flips it out. Luke Taplin going back to that territory game.
Luke Taplin, a man who a couple of weeks ago went to the Pink concert. Anyway, Kusi. He does it roly-poly, back into action. Good hard brunt.
Blue, no hands!
Get in there, Luca Walker.
Forward pass, Eagles.
3 minutes to go until Kobe Sinclair rejoins us. Tukapa will be hoping to
Subs, blue!
add to their try-scoring tally here and close this gap.
Something in 8.
Couple more subs rolling. What have we got? 10 and 8. Chris Jolin's off with the big man, Alex Perry, entering the play. And in at 10 will be, I'm believing, Campbell Woodmass has probably come into the picture, replacing Luke Taplin.
And he's not a bad man to bring back into things.
No, 4 caps for Wellington Lions, Campbell, and he's won titles with both Ponsonby and Auckland and Norths and Wellington, mate. He's an experienced footy player.
He's been around.
He's been around. Found a new home here at the Chook House, though, mate.
And that is good to see. A relocation, and he's
straight into the action.
I think as he moved back to 12. And there's Arson looking to jive.
Can't quite get on the outside of Knuckles there. Callum Tito having covered.
Now Alex Perry.
Yep, spine ball's up.
The brown belt in Taekwondo, the specialist in submissions, and he's bringing it to the rucks.
How many men does it take to bring down this Olive, mate? 3 or 4, dragging them with him.
Your ball's available here.
That's impressive. Fight in the tackle, fight on the ground. The boys. Now we've got space out wide. Gilmore. The nudge.
He's out on the full.
And it's out on the full.
The ball wins the race over the edge.
Was that? Was it touched, was it? No, is it? So it's been touched. So it's out down here. Yeah. It's out where it's gone.
So a touch, bit of a pinky involved.
Partly charged, so we're going to go back to the new mark, and it will be
My decision.
Luke Javitsky throwing the dart in. A man that can throw a dart. He leads the Tukapa darts quite often. He's been in a couple of finals. Finds Nathaniel Peters in the middle of the line out.
Yeah.
Man, well, Luke Javitsky's faced off with Barry Spears on many occasions in the Tukapa darts circuit. It's a great addition to the club. Now, Tukapa. They're inside the 22. If they want to act, they need to act now. Get back into this game. We've got a bit of time on the clock.
You've bailed out of that one.
Just over 20 minutes.
Ball's out one. Yeah.
Porteous galloping through. Lever, who wants to tackle him?
I've got it held up.
Mitch Young's got it held up though. He couldn't quite get that ball onto the grass.
who's done that, whoever's done that, it's very impressive.
Jackson Sinclair, the last man to get up. Maybe he had a little fingertip underneath that one.
Jackson Sinclair, a man who's always into all action in the last form of defence.
Yeah, okay, yeah, come back. Right behind the kicker, guys.
Just a couple of updates. I see Old Boys has pushed out to a 13-3 lead over Stratford Eltham. And Inglewood up 21-7 over Spotswood United.
So other teams battling the weather conditions and pretty even all around.
Yeah, subs. Hold subs. What number? Sub green. 2.
Yeah, the piano man.
Yeah, they go on this carry on.
Daniel Crowley's coming, is he? No. No, we've got a couple of subs there for Green. Catch up with those shortly.
Now, Tukapa. Like a coyote over a carcass. Head down. Like an armadillo is the piano man. Now to Luca Walker, to Hinade. Centering with intention here, Tukapa. What is on? Out to Alex Klitschkov. And a switch play. Back to Whara. He doesn't want to be tackled either. And just a bit of a mistake there.
Take him back. Advantage over.
Kusi, he's got space. There's Liam Matthews. Picked up by Regan Arson. And a bit of a free-for-all.
Hands in the ground.
It was a bit like backyard rugby, that play.
Hands in the
Yeah, looked like the knee rugby in the hallway of the Burnett household, mate.
Mark's over here.
No rules, everything goes.
Carry on without him.
Luca Walker there obviously taking a bit of a whack. He's trying to get him doing the dirty work.
Loose up, number.
If there's a dirty job and someone's got to do it. Love that show. There's Discovery Dirty Jobs. And these boys up front today are doing it.
I think we've got Roman just come on at 9, replacing Luca Walker. Another boy out of St. Peter's College in Auckland.
Change your line to take him out, 7.
Good mates with Alive.
Interesting fact on old Levy, apparently a very good cook. Best cook in the flat, apparently, is the word on the street.
From Alive?
Yeah, rates himself. Chris Goulding carrying up through the middle.
Now centred is Coastal. The shied son from
19 out.
Coastal just rolling their sleeves up here, going to work. Packs metre by metre. Benny Kaling carrying it into Mardinga Lapo.
Use that now.
Benny from Accounts. He's coming from some fairly decent form in his pre-season.
Yeah, I've got it. Advantage 16.
It's a twisted play.
High tackle.
Crowley goes quick.
I've got it.
Not sure if the man was outside. We play on for advantage. Now, Coastal. They just look like they're stretching Tukapa here, and they're over. Tukapa caught scrambling. Coastal take the points.
Yeah, Cussy just carrying strong up through the middle here, mate. And, yeah, just winding their sleeves up. And the big fella crashing in next to the uprights. And bit of boys putting in their orders afterwards with a bit of push and shove and asking what sort of drink they want after the match.
And we'll see you later on in the cockpit.
Chris, you are the captain and you're starting to become irrational. I need you to take a few breaths.
Irrational?
At the next break, okay?
Once again, Chris Goulding not quite agreeing with Mitch Young on the proceedings. But anyway, Coastal lead 22-7 with 15 minutes to play here at Sanders Park.
We just had Tukapa look very scrambled to get men to even to the ruck, and they had space out wide.
Nothing's coming over here. Hey, you're 7.
Coastal,
Okay? Okay?
well, with less ball than Tukapa really, and then with ball in hand, they managed to get over the bounce line here.
Probably just been a little bit clinical and held the ball where Tukapa's probably dropped that pass or not quite held on to that loose ball. We restart through Campbell Woodmass.
Looks like Roman, he's got a good
Feel
jackal over the ball there.
those halfbacks in there doing it again, mate. Bit of energy, and Tukapa will go into the corner and see if they can come up with a reply.
This will be interesting here.
Keep coming, Green.
Do you sit here for a drive?
Yeah, they've gone to a shorter version, but we've got Lapo standing in the halfback position, so we might see him punch on to something.
Thank the teabag.
We'll go on to the middle with Josh Keach, and they are setting for the drive, but Martin has just popped out, carried well.
Now centralised.
Backwards.
Bit of a fondle there.
So Alex Perry taking the top off in the middle of the ruck.
19, no!
A grubbing game. And just that wandering D of Coastal pressing Tukapa.
Just getting sideways a little bit there, the boys, and yeah, great defensive green wall from the Coastal side.
Him in there.
They've got the steak, they just need the right seasoning. Especially that Master Foods lemon pepper spice, personally, just brings the spice back to a good steak. Obviously you can't overcook it. And Tukapa have overcooked the steak here. And
just boiling away a little bit, isn't it? And
Leave it 4. Lads, out of it.
big Corbin Porteous in there. Brendan Dent getting in behind, backing him up. But just frustration,
Hey guys,
I'd say, is
time
coming
off.
ahead there, mate.
Guys, captain.
And that's what Mitch Young's just going to pull the lads out here and just have a yak.
irrational.
Captain Blue. Hey,
Oi!
okay, guys, we just had a little bit of things flaring up. I understand there's a bit going off the ball. I can't see everything. I need you guys to take control of your team as we discussed before the game. The initial penalty is against your team for straight off their feet. Your players stood up and whacked them on the back. Okay, the penalty is reversed against your team. No, penalty is against you guys for retaliation.
Chris Gould would be a great man to continue
Foul play.
as a referee
Yeah, he's whacked him on the back.
in the future.
Plenty to say, all the answers. And yeah, I'd like to see him in a yellow jersey, maybe.
Yeah. See, Warwick Lamert's done a bit of a changeover as well. He's done that well. It's sort of like an architect who's been a builder. You can get a pretty good result.
Yeah, pretty natural progress for a halfback, Like old Wiz Lamert, he probably reffed for 10 years while he was playing for Spotswood anyway. So change his jersey and keep his refereeing career rolling.
So you do the morning grade stuff and then play Prems in the Arvo.
Oh no, just a halfback ref in the game while he's playing
right.
Joey.
Yeah.
Wiz was calling the shots a bit like Chris Gawler.
Whata.
It's been hard to put down, carrying strong through the midfield.
And just
hands on
the green wave of Coastal. Just being consistent.
Release again.
And just a bit of it. Well, they've created their own jail, get out of jail card here, Coastal, and this is Perry.
There's that territory there, eh, Joey? Tukapa's playing plenty of footy down in the right areas of the paddock, but just can't get over that line.
It's come off Green's back up.
Can't put points on the board.
No. It's touched. It's been touched. It's been touched. Line out. It's come off Green's back, so it's blue ball. Line out.
This is where leadership is pretty key in a side. If they're continuing to do the same mistakes, they sort of need to have a reinvent of the plays. Even a few words from your coach behind your goal line. Say, Coastal spin it wide as on a chips it through.
Stay on your feet.
Woodmass goes quickly. He feeds wide to Porteous. He's linked up the middle.
You're put him in there, Blue. That's on you.
You get lucky.
It's getting a bit messy here at ruck time, and Tukapa turned it over. Coastal's hacking down the sideline through Tito.
And Tito's jive to tackle. He's down the sideline. Cheered on by his Colts boys. And a Hawaiian-looking theme, I presume, or hospice theme potentially. I'm not sure.
Yeah, as we see here, just a messy ball at breakdown, and again, Coastal sweep on it with Tito getting on the outside of Regan Arson.
That was like a Coastal left-hand point break.
Just riding the wave.
Ride that wave. A couple of the boys will be looking forward to the crab racing here at Tukapa. Can confirm it is an humane treating of these crabs. They're taken, exported back down to Port Taranaki and released back into the ocean. There's Jackson Sinclair.
Can't quite add the extras, and the lead pushes out to 20 points for Coastal with just under 10 to play. Tukapa just needs to get their hands on the ball and hold on to it and try to convert some of these opportunities that they're having in their own end of the park.
A lot of warm bodies in the Nick Hughes real estate area. There's Tukapa. Get things
Release, Blue.
back into action.
Well done. Great effort.
Matheson, he's always created opportunities around him, and he's going to be impressive in this season to come. Yeah. Spinning right, Kusi. Pretty good tackle from
17's never got back.
Back with a penalty in the middle of the park. Levy not quite onside. Coastal quite happy to slow it down here, and I imagine they'll put it in the corner.
Scrum code.
Oh, as I say that, the commentator curse, Chris Gawler.
7 to go.
He wants to lock horns again in the engine room.
Another man telling he's a lot to say, but he's a few caps down at Canterbury to start his career off, and plenty in the amber and black hoops as well. So good servant of club footy, and he is a good man.
Crouch! Bind!
Brother potentially
Sit!
watching from overseas, Alex Goulet in London, working as a sound technician for the Foo Fighters as they tour around. Now back to action. Chusey, spread your wings, boy. He's got the pace. He's got the fend. He can't find his feet.
No.
Coastal looking to swing it wide. Too keen on the bean. And they are able to regather.
Use that now.
Ollie Lawson continues another carry.
21.
Woodmass this time, eh? Just creeping that offside line here, and keeping Coastal in the game and letting them off a hook.
Shot.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good decision to go for the pins here. 6 minutes to go.
You got a minute.
And
Just under here.
you puffed individuals.
Yeah, I'd imagine there's a few out there looking forward to a refreshment in 10 minutes or so there, Joey. It's a big day at the office to get the first one under the belt.
And ruffle the feathers they have today. Coastals, the benefactors, they've been good. They've been clinical.
Yeah, they were also too strong this morning in the women's pre-season fixture between Coastal and the Tukapa Toa. And good to see the Tukapa women putting a team together though, and getting something off the ground here.
Great to see. Expand the club. That's exciting. Now Woodmass, as we're back. Deep enough. Benny Kalen takes it up, gets a big bumper
Yeah, ball's out.
from the Piano Man.
A couple of good schoolmates there, mate. Benny and the Piano Man, both in the first 15 that I coached actually at Fronts Douglas together.
Grubs.
Yeah, put those two in with Sean Phillips, mate, and it's a great mixture. Trent Brophy.
Trent Brophy.
Scrum time here. Tukapa will be looking to just add another try and close this gap. Finish on a high note. Hold the ball here and put something in action.
Something to show.
Okay, use that now, please.
Now, Miles. He links to Arson, who can't quite gather the pill.
That's the story of the day, isn't it, Joey?
That's right.
Knock on here.
Pretty
Let's
frustrating
go.
one.
Green ball.
Been down here for sort of 65% of the time. They've camped down in the territory and probably not often gone past 4 or 5 phases due to a drop pass or a knock on here or there. And tough conditions, but you just can't win a game of footy like that.
Let's go, mate.
Nah.
Come on, guys.
Haven't really been able to get any continuity, Tukapa.
Crouch.
A bit of flow going,
Bind.
met by what it is, a good coastal defence,
Sit.
and they sort of diffuse what Tukapa can do over the advantage line. And you've got to adapt and play. Now, Coastal flinging it wide as they have done so far this season. Not season, first game. And
Yeah, you got to give Trent Oliver, Mark Davis some credit there. They're a well-drilled coastal side, and they've stuck to what they're good at and got the treats.
Blue scrum here.
exactly so.
Hopefully, yeah. Let's go, mate. I'm with it.
Apologies for the sound mic there coming through from Luke Javitsky. I think he's had enough of scrum time just listening in there. It's always a fun place to be up front in the middle of a scrum, Joey, when the backs are dropping the ball all day long. It's a long day at the office.
Oh, is that how it works? Oh, shit.
Yeah, backs drop it, forwards go to work. It's a tough job.
Marks here, guys. Let's reset it.
I think, well, to be honest, just get it in and out. We do spend a lot of time at scrum time. And I won't get Murray Mixted here, but sometimes we just got to get on with it. Although, you know, we've got to complain about our backs dropping the ball and things like that. But
Sit! We're through. Yeah.
I'm sure it's to Luke Javitsky's disgust that he's going to pack down for another one.
The other side hasn't gone anywhere. Marks here.
He's a simple man, Luke. He just heard there that he didn't actually know it was their ball. He's got to remember to hook it.
a great song by Leonard Skinner, Simple Man. He's another newlywed.
Yeah. He's remembered to hook this one, and it's out the back through Nathaniel Peters, and we'll go change of direction.
A good hard flat ball to Arson with a kick inside. Who's there? Bobbled.
Try.
Oh, it's been what we've been asking to see all day, is asking with a bit of space out wide, and they're going to get one to wrap up the day. Here we fed the scrum, Nathaniel off the back. Romans changed direction through Woodmass. Found Arson on the edge, little chip kick through. And ball gets a bit messy, and I believe it might be Waiata. Is it Joey that's touched that down?
And he puts his name on the scorebook, but maybe too late. As we going to go 2 bells.
Yeah, I think Tukapa will be looking forward to maybe Mason Porteous returning in the next couple of weeks just to help them a bit more organisation and run that back line, mate. But hey, it's early days and nothing's won in week 1.
Mason Porteous over in Bahrain at the moment, enjoying the finals for the Club Cup over there, and he'll be watching. And he'll be keen to get back into action as Woodmass gets it over the sticks, and that's a game, folks. And well, you've got to put it to Coastal, really.
Yeah, like I say, mate, hats off. They stuck at what they were good at. They rode the wave and come away with the treats. 30 points to 14 here at Sanders Park, and they will take the Craig Eaton Trophy home with them on the bus, and no doubt it will have a few stops and liquids to go with it.
Very beautiful.
As we see the stats there, Coastal outplayed them with the bonus point, 4 tries to 2. And like we talked about a couple of times there, mate, Tukapa with that territory, 60% of it, they just couldn't capitalise.
Exactly so.
A couple other scores before we disappear from around the mountain.
Oh no, yep.
Sorry. Old Boys ran out winners in the repeat of last year's final, 27-3. And Inglewood won 21-14, and Southern had a win, 19-5 over Clifton. I think we'll have a good competition here in the CMK footy.
Absolutely, things to look forward to. as we go to some highlights. And the first try, Kobe Sinclair. Dots down in the corner.
Yeah, Tukapa tried to answer here. We saw Henry Miles crash in over the line here.
Through the gates and see drawing defenders. Bit of work up the middle, up the fringe. Good try.
Impressed by this young talent here, with Renee Matheson showing a bit of footwork, and also Callum Tito stepping the man up and scoring in the corner here. A couple of young guys in the Taranaki Academy that have a big future in front of them.
One of our last plays, Gamble Woodmass. Got him down by White. He scores the last try, but not to so. And we've got next week on the calendar, Inglewood take on Clifton out at TET Stadium. And that'll be interesting fixture. Coastal Spotswood out at the Rahudu Domain and Southern Eltham. And we are back at Vogeltown Park.
Yeah, Vogeltown Park, it's always a great trip across town, and I believe I see that it's Old Boys Old Timers Day next week, so Tukapa are always keen to get over there and upset that one. But I think they'll need to go back to the drawing board and just cut out a few mistakes, and Old Boys obviously had a big win today, and they're a strong team on paper as well, Matt.
Very good. And we're pretty pumped here. It's hot in this van, and we're probably ready to go get a refreshment as well. And have a good rest of your weekend, folks, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers, Joey.
This live stream is sponsored by PSL, Sound, Light and Stage.